For the next 100 days, I'm gonna be an elemental creeper in Minecraft. Can I fight incredibly powerful monsters, survive exploding before my timer runs out, and stop the big bad nuclear creeper from turning the whole world into creepers? You'll have to watch until the end to find out. On day 1, I spawned in as a baby elemental creeper. Back to 4 legs. I quickly discovered my tribe was being attacked by other creepers. I was too small to fight them, so I went to search for my parents. When I arrived, they were arguing about something. Mom! Dad!
We can't continue on like this. I have to stop the nuclear creeper once and for all.
Mom left the battle, leaving me and Dad alone. Why does she have to leave?
Your mom has ice powers, son. She can freeze the nuclear creeper, whereas I would only detonate them.
The battle raged on all night. I tried to support the cause with my ice powers, but I wasn't strong enough yet. Ugh! When I'm older, I'll make you guys pay! On day 2, I woke up to find our home in shambles.
We have to rebuild, son. Go make some tools and gather supplies.
I'm on it, Dad. I went exploring and came upon a forest biome. There, I punched some trees for wood. With my new materials, I crafted wooden tools and headed off to go mining. I gathered lots of cobblestone and upgraded to stone tools. Afterwards, I continued mining, finding coal and iron. On day 2? Sweet! After my successful mining, I punched down even more trees. I really wanted to impress my dad with my skills. With my inventory full of materials, I headed back to the village with my finds.
Well done, son. Use these to start your new life.
What? What do you mean?
I want you to leave this place. The nuclear creeper knows its location. It isn't safe anymore.
And where are you going?
To find your mom. I think she needs my help. Son, when you become fully grown, your time will be limited. Do whatever you can to gather more of it.
Before I could protest, my dad left, leaving me all alone. I won't let you down. On day 3, I searched for a new spot to call home. This place looks perfect. Using the materials I had, I built a basic wooden cobblestone structure just to have a roof over my head. This'll do for now. After all that building, I was hungry, so I ventured out to find some food. I spotted a herd of sheep in a field biome and killed them for their meat and wool. Afterwards, I returned back to the base and crafted myself a furnace to cook up my meal. Down the hatch! I quickly gobbled up the food, turning me into a fully grown elemental creeper. As an adult, I now had 10 hearts, but I also had a timer on my screen. Wait, what does that mean? Am I going to explode when that hits 0? On days 4 through 7, I decided to go exploring some more to take my mind off the strange timer. While I wandered around, I remembered what my dad had told me. He did say my time would be limited as an adult. I just need to figure out how to add more. I continued to explore, now searching for any clues on how to extend my time. I don't want to explode! I don't want to explode! Suddenly, I was stopped by a gang of creepers.
None of us want to explode, kid.
Thank goodness! Other creepers!
Yeah, you'll help a creeper out and fork over all the food you got.
What? No, it's mine!
Then I guess we're just gonna have to take it from ya.
I had no choice but to fight. I battled it out the best I could, but I was still an inexperienced fighter. I was quickly getting overwhelmed and nearing the end. Stay away from me! Suddenly, a fire sword appeared in my inventory. Wait, I have my dad's powers too! With my new advantage, I continued to attack them with both my ice and fire powers, being careful to keep them from exploding.
What a lovely day!
After a lot of fighting, I managed to take down all the creepers. Suddenly, my timer increased a bit. So killing other types of creepers is one way to gain time. Good to know. On days 8 through 11, I decided to do some more mining. I gathered tons of cobblestone as well as some more iron. Sweet upgrade time. I headed back home, chopping down some more trees on the way. Once I arrived, I smelted my iron ore into ingots and used it to craft an iron pickaxe. Using the wood I had just gathered, I expanded my base further, adding 2 additional rooms. It's missing something. I had an idea, but I was gonna need lots of sand. I searched for a biome and came upon a beach, but before I could get to digging, I discovered a baby creeper looking out onto the ocean. Hey little guy, are you okay? Oh no. Well, you're welcome to come live at my base. Perfect! I'll call you Danny. On days 12 through 15, I went exploring and discovered a village in ruin. What happened here? Suddenly, I heard laughter in the distance, so I decided to investigate. I discovered the nuclear creeper looming over the village.
Where is your family
little villager.
You killed them, sir.
Yes, I did. And what am I going to do to you?
Spare me?
Right again.
Really?
Let's make this a game. If you can survive this blast, I'll let you live.
Suddenly, he created a giant explosion, cratering everything around him. How is he so powerful?
Oops. I guess you failed our little game.
I decided to flee before he could spot me, vowing that I would surpass the power of the nuclear creeper and kill him for his crimes. On days 16 through 18, I began to head home when I realized I was running really low on time. How am I gonna get more? Suddenly, I was ambushed by a pack of wolves. Ah! Stop it! I managed to fight them off pretty easily and even gained some time for it. It's not much, but it'll do for now. I continued to travel and spotted part of a plains biome cratered. Man, this guy is the worst. I spotted some cows in the rubble, so I decided to check if anyone was hurt. Hey, are you guys okay?
Whoa! Creeper!
Calm down, I'm friendly. What happened here?
Some of the nuclear creeper's thugs came to our home, threatened us and blew our fields to smithereens.
Well, if you guys need a place to stay, follow me.
Sounds great!
I returned home with the cows and quickly built them a room to call their own. Once I was done, I got them settled in.
This is amazing! Thank you!
On days 19 through 21, I decided to further expand my base. The nuclear creeper was destroying homes, so animals were gonna need a place to stay. I started by creating my own room and finally crafted a bed. I also added a kitchen, complete with multiple furnaces and chests. Things are finally starting to get homey. As I completed my build, I noticed my timer was getting dangerously low. I have to find an enemy, and fast! Out of nowhere, a thunderstorm began to roll through the area. Something felt off about it, so I decided to investigate further. After a bit of traveling, I discovered a thunder screamer setting a forest on fire. Hey, stop it! Innocent animals live here!
I do as the nuclear creeper commands!
Then I'm gonna have to take you down. I began to battle it out with the thunder screamer. They were crazy fast and had powers to match. I tried to slow them down first by using my frost abilities, then went in for the kill with my fire sword.
You have forgotten I'm most powerful within a storm!
The thunder screamer began to shoot lightning at me from the sky. I don't have time for this! Ah! The clock was ticking down fast. I only had a few seconds left. Luckily, I had the terrain on my side. I used the trees to keep them grounded and hit them with my frost breath until finally taking them down. And not a second to spare. Upon their death, I gained a lot more time. Phew, that was too close. They also dropped a lightning staff, which I pocketed. This thing looks cool. On days 22 through 24, I had a terrifying nightmare. My mom was frozen in ice, and the nuclear creeper towered before her.
You thought you could stop me with your pathetic frost powers?
Mom! No!
I have a variety of elemental creatures and monsters scattered across this world to do my bidding. You and your band of creeper outlaws will never stop me. The curse has begun to spread. Soon, all will be creepers.
I woke up in a cold sweat. I can't let that happen. During the ruckus, Danny approached me from the doorway. Hey bud, how can I help you? I couldn't sleep anymore and our food supply was running low, so we ventured off to find some more. During our travels, we discovered a village and helped ourselves to some of the food in their garden. After gathering some seeds, we returned home and I crafted a hoe along with a bucket. I used my new tools to build a small garden so we could have a more consistent food source. Even creepers gotta eat. On days 25 through 27, I realized my timer was ticking lower, but I needed more materials. I decided to go mining some more first. I gathered tons of cobblestone, coal, and even some more iron. While I was mining, I had lost track of the time, and my timer only had 5 minutes left. How do I always end up in these situations? Suddenly, the earth began to shake, and I heard a huge explosion. I followed the source of the explosion and discovered a giant coal creeper. Hey, what are you doing down here?
Need a new base of operations for the nuclear creeper. Wait, you're an elemental.
Yeah? What of it?
Your mom tried to take on the boss.
Leave my mom out of this! I jumped into battle and began to use my new lightning attack on them, but they were incredibly tough. This wasn't getting me anywhere, but I knew what could beat coal. Taste my flame! I began to use my flame sword on the coal creeper along with my ice breath, which proved to be his weakness. It wasn't long before I finally managed to take him down with only a few seconds to spare. Where's my mom?
Like I tell you.
I don't have time for this! I had no choice but to land the killing blow right as my clock was about to strike 0. I was rewarded with an increase in my time as well as a map and tons of coal. Test zone? I'll have to check this out soon. On days 28 through 31, I headed back to my base, bummed I didn't get more info on my mom. Stupid timer. I decided to go mining, finding some more iron and even diamond. Well, this cheers me up a little bit. After that, I returned home and began to expand my base. I added in a couple of extra rooms for future residents, as well as prettying up the place overall. It still feels like there's something missing. I got it! I decided to start building a giant elemental creeper statue. I didn't have much wool though, so I would have to get more soon. Coincidentally enough, a group of sheep walked up to me. Sure, champ. As long as I can borrow some of your wool sometime. I got the sheep settled into one of the new rooms. That night, a ton of zombies swarmed the base. I killed them, gaining a decent amount of time for it. To help prevent more hostile mob attacks, I placed torches all around the perimeter of the base. After that, I packed up some food and tools and left, following the map. On days 32 through 35, I followed the map and arrived at a village. I don't get it. This place seems totally normal.
I don't know about normal.
I turned around to see a mutated creeper villager. Ah! What happened to you?
I don't know. Some nuclear creeper guy set off explosions by my house. Next thing I knew, I had 4 legs in this weird timer.
Wait, you have a timer too?
Is that bad? The whole town has one.
Townsfolk surrounded me. They were scared.
You can't leave us like this. Help us.
Save me!
I kinda like it this way. Wait, what did I say?
Don't worry, I'll find a way to help you all. On days 36 through 39, I pondered on what I could do to get more time. I can barely get enough for myself. How can I help an entire village? Suddenly, a strange creeper with a clock for a head emerged. Who are you?
I'm the Clock Wizard, the controller of all creepers' timers. Our timers are a heavy burden we creepers carry, but I try my best to aid those in need.
I quickly explained to him about the villagers I had met and how I wanted to help increase their timers.
That's no small feat, but it is a valiant one. I know of creatures with large time bounties, but they are extremely powerful and work under the nuclear creeper. If you are able to slay any of these beasts, bring me the time you receive. I will bottle it for you to give to others in need.
Thank you so much! The Clock Wizard then dropped a map for me.
This will lead you to the first beast. Good luck, Max. Oh, and for your troubles.
He cast a spell upon me, giving me some more time. Thank you! So I was wondering, before I could say another word, he disappeared. Whoa, he's super cool. On days 40 through 43, I headed to the location the Clock Wizard wrote on its map. I traveled through multiple biomes until finally arriving at a strange cave covered in gold. Inside was a giant gold creeper.
Why are you interrupting my nap, puny elemental?
I'm here to slay you.
No creeper has been able to slay me for millennia. I'll take your time like all the others.
We'll see about that. The fight began, and the gold creeper began to fire weird explosions at me. Each one would send a wave of arrows in my direction. I used my lightning to strike her, but she was much more durable than the coal creeper.
You fool! I'm gold! A conductive metal! Your tiny sounds are nothing to me!
I knew my flame sword would melt her down, but it was almost impossible to get close with her ranged attacks. I used my ice powers to attempt to slow down her flurry of arrows. This actually helped quite a bit. Her attack stalled, giving me my moment to strike her with my fire powers. Take this, you lavish monster! With a powerful hit, I killed the gold creeper. Upon her death, my time changed to 235 minutes. Whoa, that's a lot of time. I decided to invest some of my new minutes into upgrading my base further. I added even more rooms, so plenty of creatures would have a safe place to stay. Dang, this place is starting to look like a mansion. After I completed my expansion, I continued my work on the statue, completing the first 2 legs. Need some texture, but looking good. On days 44 through 47, I made a diamond pickaxe. Right after making it, the Clock Wizard appeared before me.
You slayed one of the monsters. Good job. I can now transfer your time into bottles to share with others.
Suddenly, my time was sapped away, leaving me with only 90 minutes. A little low, but I'll be okay. The clock wizard and I returned to the village and handed out the bottles to the villagers. I had given out all the time rations when a young villager approached me.
Can I please have some extra time for my mommy?
Yeah, sure. I gave them a bit extra, leaving me with very little time. Ugh, that went away quickly.
The path of a hero is a dangerous one. Take these.
The clock wizard handed me some time tokens.
These will give you a small increase in your timer, but use them wisely. I have given you the last of what I own.
Thank you, I will. On days 48 through 51, I was thinking about my nightmare again, so I decided to seek out my mom and dad. I hope they're okay. I traveled through multiple biomes with no disturbances in sight, until I came upon a savanna biome engulfed in flames. I ran in to investigate and found my dad at the center. He was in critical condition. Dad!
Son, I'm so happy to see you. Please, I don't have much time. Your mom needs you. The nuclear creeper took her.
But she needs you too, Dad! I can help you. I have time to spare.
No, son, you need to keep it for yourself. Go find your mother and destroy the nuclear creeper.
Just like that, my dad's time ran out, and he died. No! Upon his death, he dropped a molten scythe and a strange map. I took them so I could carry out his legacy. I won't let you down. On days 52 through 56, I decided to test out my new molten scythe on some skeletons. It was even more powerful than my sword, so I took them out with ease. After my training, I realized I was running low on food, so I decided to cook up some baked potatoes for the road. With plenty of food to spare, I set off to follow the map my dad had given me. I really hope it leads to Mom. I traveled for what felt like forever, my timer ticking down lower the more I did. I better find this place fast. During my travels, I came upon a huge hole in the ground with multiple creepers inside. What happened to you guys?
We didn't want to join the nuclear creepers army.
I don't blame you. That guy stinks. You want to come live with me?
Is it safe?
Absolutely. With our agreement made, I tossed them a map to the base and continued onward. I traveled until finally arriving at a mysterious hideout, and my clock only left with 5 minutes. This looks sinister. I entered to find a giant redstone creeper waiting for me inside.
Well. Looks like dinner was delivered to me today.
Look, boss, I don't really have time for this. I took out my molten scythe and began to fight off the giant with a combination of my elemental abilities. He instantly was set aflame, but he was incredibly strong to shot magical flames at me from afar.
Ooh, flames only make me more powerful.
I tried my best to evade his fire attacks, but they were wide and difficult to avoid. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it, but I had to press on. For Dad! I landed the killing blow, finishing the monster and bringing up my time. Thanks for the weapon, Dad. On days 57 through 60, I decided to gather more materials. I chopped down some trees, mined cobblestone, and even found diamond. With my new materials, I returned home and expanded the base upwards. While I was at it, I also decorated a bit of the interior more. I was still in a building mood, so I continued my work on the statue, completing the feet and starting the body. Now it's starting to take form. Once I was finished, I was approached by a sheep creeper. Let me guess, some creeper exploded near you?
Yup, the ships are exploding and turning everything into wool.
That's horrible.
Even worse, the nuclear creeper's minions are transforming more of us by the second. Come quick!
On days 61 through 65, I followed the sheep creeper who led me to a bizarre field. She wasn't kidding. There were tons of sheep creepers and regular creepers everywhere. Even crazier, everything was made of wool. Hey, stop it!
No can do, little wart.
I went in to attack the creeper. They were pushovers in strength, but had me in numbers.
You're not ready for what the boss has planned.
What does he have planned?
Sorry, kid. Can't tell you that.
After a long fight, I managed to overcome all the nuclear creeper's goons with my abilities.
Hooray! He saved every single one of us! Hooray! He saved almost everyone.
I quickly tossed over some time bottles for the remaining sheepers to avoid any other accidents. You guys should all come live with me at my base. It's safe, and I can always give you more time.
We would love that!
Before heading back, I decided to mine the field for wool. This is perfect for my statue. On days 66 through 69, I made the long trek back to my base. Dang, all of this walking is where most of my time goes. On the way, I overheard someone talking in the distance. I decided to do some recon and discovered the nuclear creeper talking to one of his minions.
What is your progress?
Good, Master. The cows have turned easier than expected.
Excellent. Keep the pressure on. I won't stop until all creatures of this world are creepers.
Of course, Your Excellency.
Now I'm off to check on the ice creeper. Get back to work!
The ice creeper? Does he mean my mom? I decided to trail him, hoping to learn more about my mom's whereabouts. I followed him for what felt like hours. After a lot of walking, he led me to a giant block of ice with my mom trapped inside. Just like my dream. Luckily, the nuclear creeper quickly left, so I decided to try and break my mom out. What the? How is my time slowing down? I opened the nearby chest and found a ton of a mysterious item. Time Ward torch? What are these?
Who goes there?
I had no choice but to make a run for it before I was discovered. Don't worry, Mom, I'll come and save you. On days 70 through 73, I got the new Sheepa residents settled into one of the rooms. No prob. Afterwards, I decided to continue my progress on the statue. With all the wool I gathered, I managed to complete the body and even start on the head. Liking it, liking it. With things in my base situated, I shifted to planning a battle strategy for how to take on the nuclear creeper and save my mom. At my current skill, I don't stand a chance. It's training time. I set off to train up against as many mobs as I could find. I needed some extra time anyways. First, I fought off a group of zombies which didn't stand a chance against my molten scythe. Afterwards, I got a boost in minutes. Next, I fought a group of skeletons who crumbled beneath the power and range of my lightning attacks. Again, I got more time. Lastly, I fought off a group of spiders, freezing them in their tracks with my frost abilities and then using my scythe for the killing blow. Not strong enough. Better keep going. I continued looking for more mobs when I accidentally stumbled upon a gang of creepers.
Hey, Barney, get lost.
I do what I want, thank you.
Who are you supposed to be, pal?
I'm Max. Who are you?
We're the bad boys,
Yeah, we're the bad boys.
and we're about to mess you up.
We began to battle it out. They were tougher than the other mobs I'd encountered, but with my training, I was up for the challenge. I began to take them out one by one with a combination of all my elemental powers, until finally defeating them all. Woo! I did it! Suddenly, I got really dizzy. I don't feel so good. On days 74 through 77, I woke up as a humanoid creeper. I now had 20 hearts. Whoa, I feel much stronger. That training definitely helped. With my new strength, I decided to go mining and found diamond, which I used to craft a diamond chest piece. Now I have armor to match my strength. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise in a cave and decided to investigate it. There, I found a small library full of ancient books, as well as skeletons. Ah, get out of here! I quickly got to fighting the skeletons, but they were easy now with my improved strength. Once the library was cleared of mobs, I decided to read some of the books. They're books on how to fight as a human? Interesting. I decided to study up and learn the ways of the human. I even practiced some of my sweet new techniques. The nuclear creeper is going down! On days 78 through 79, I arrived home to find a creeper cow waiting for me outside. Whoa, not you guys too!
Please help us. A creeper minion has been transforming us. If you hurry, you can probably save some of my cow brothers from turning.
I'm on it. I followed the cow creeper and was led to a herd of cows being transformed. Hey, Shorty, leave the cows alone.
Tough cock from a grape. I never seen a creeper with arms. Gross.
I ran into battle and began using my new fighting techniques on the minion. Despite his size, he was tough and sent explosives flying at me. Luckily, with my new elemental abilities, I was able to easily kill him. These arms aren't just for looks. Upon his death, he dropped a few strange torch objects. Time Ward? Aren't these the things that were by my mom? I decided to test them out and realized that once they were placed, my timer would slowly increase. Wait, are they using my mom to make these? Gah! What monsters! I quickly took the remaining cows and creeper cows back to my base and got them settled in. I also placed the time wards around the base while I was at it. This should keep my residents safe for now. On days 80 through 83, I decided to keep up my work on the statue. I finished up the head, added texture, as well as the final details. With that, the elemental creeper statue was complete. Very purple. I dig. After completing my statue, I used the time ward to bring my timer up to 35 minutes. This thing is sweet! Later that day, I went exploring and discovered some colored pieces of concrete on the ground. Weird. I followed the trail of concrete until I stumbled upon a rainbow creeper dancing and shooting concrete everywhere. Hey, what are you doing?
Having fun, of course. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, of course.
When's the last time you let loose?
Well, I have this timer.
We all got timers. Just have fun.
She tossed me some rainbow dynamite and continued to dance. I decided to join in and we threw it around together. This is amazing! On days 84 through 87, I was hanging out with Danny when suddenly the clock wizard appeared.
Max, everyone's time is almost up. You must face the nuclear creeper soon.
I'm not sure if I'm ready yet. What should I do?
I'm going to give you a series of time trials to test how quickly you can kill your foes. This way, we can determine any weak points.
Okay, let's do it. The clock wizard suddenly teleported me to a weird pocket dimension.
You will only have 3 minutes to complete each trial. Now, let's begin.
The first trial was fighting a horde of zombies. I might have struggled before, but thanks to my training, they were easy. Next, my second trial was against a group of infected zombies. They went down in a few hits, but when I did, they let out a toxic gas that obscured my vision. I tried my best to take these out from afar and avoid their fumes. Okay, one more. My final trial was to slay a queen bee. She spawned tons of her killer bee minions to swarm me, while also attacking me with her own stinger. I tried my best to focus on the killer bees first, but they kept coming.
Be wary of your time, Max.
I realized that I had already wasted a lot of time trying to take out the killer bees alone. I had to start chipping away at the queen now. Take this! I began to focus my attacks on her and finally managed to take her down.
Your final trial took you a little long, but still not bad. You're close to a breakthrough. Take this.
The clock wizard then gave me a speed charm.
This will increase your movement speed and aid you against the ticking clock. Good luck.
Before I could respond, I was teleported away. On days 88 through 91, I was teleported back home to find my base cratered and swarming with creepers. What the? The nuclear creeper then revealed himself.
You didn't think I would come find you after defeating my most powerful warriors? You're proving to be a real thorn in my side.
Maybe you should get better warriors.
It's no matter. I'll be taking back those Time Wards.
First, you gotta go through me. He was insanely strong, even with all my training. I gave it my best shot, but he was too much for me. He shot explosions everywhere that did tons of damage. I was defeated, leaving the nuclear creeper laughing in my face.
I'll be taking back what you stole from me.
He grabbed all the time wards I had, making our timers continue to count down. No! We need those! Our time will run out without them!
Oh, really? Well, I better make this an even bigger challenge for you.
He started transforming all the animals in my base into creepers.
Have fun scrounging for minutes. I'll know you'll need them.
How am I supposed to save my mom like this? On days 92 through 94, my battle with a nuclear creeper had wasted a lot of my time, but I decided to disperse what was left of it to my residents anyway. Danny was the last one who needed time, but I only had 3 minutes remaining. Don't worry, I have to protect you. I remembered I still had time tokens from the clock wizard. I kept one for myself and gave the rest to Danny. The token brought me up to 20 minutes. I wouldn't last long like this. Better find some mobs to fight. I began to travel, but everywhere I went was desolate. Hello? Any bad guys around? I continued to search, but my clock was starting to get critically low. Come on, come on! Finally, I found a giant nether quartz creeper standing before me. Hey, do you work for the nuclear creeper? Perfect! I began to fight it out with the monster, taking my lessons from the clock wizard to heart. I valued speed over all else. I didn't have a minute to spare. As my timer ticked down to the last seconds, I managed to slay the beast and gain lots of time. Woo! On days 95 through 98, I patched up the base the best I could. I filled in the craters in the ground and fixed the walls. Man, this place is a wreck. We can't go on living like this. I decided to pretty it up even more, making it look better than it had before. I even added a small flower garden at the entrance, finishing my base. Much better. Suddenly, the clock wizard appeared before me.
Do not be disheartened by your defeat. There is one more person who can unlock your full potential.
Who?
Your mother. She is an ice elemental, so she is able to add to the time of others. You also possess this power. You just need to unlock it.
I traveled to the snowy biome where my mom was being kept captive. There, she was being guarded by a group of creeper minions. I jumped into the fray, but they were nothing compared to the strength I had gathered from all my training. The nuclear creeper really underestimated me. His mistake. At long last, I managed to break my mom free from the ice. She was weak, but still okay. Mom!
Max, you've grown so much. I'm so happy to see you.
I need your help to defeat the nuclear creeper. How do I give myself more time?
You silly boy. The power within you the whole time.
On day 99, I watched the sunset from a cliffside. Okay, Max, focus. More time. More time! I thought hard, but no matter how much I tried, I couldn't find my time powers from within. I'll have to try this again later. I returned to the base and began my preparations for the battle ahead. I couldn't afford to wait any longer. I packed up lots of food and crafted a brand new set of armor. Afterwards, I set off to find the nuclear creeper. On the way, I spotted a herd of sheepers, so I tossed them a map to my base. I'm gonna go kill the nuclear creeper and end this nightmare! I believe so, but we'll find out soon. I continue to travel through the night until finally arriving at a giant castle surrounded by cratered earth. Yep, this is definitely his base. Time to kill this fool. On day 100, I walked into the nuclear creeper's throne room. Hey, Ugly!
Oh, the young elemental creeper. Here to usurp me, I see.
I'm here to stop you from turning this whole world into a wasteland!
But my boy, why would you not want the rest of this world to share a common form? This is not to divide us, but to unite us.
Enough with your lies! You're doing this to villagers and animals against their will!
And I'm not going to stop.
Then I'm gonna have to make you. Ah! I ran in to fight the nuclear creeper. He almost immediately started hurling explosions at me, destroying the base around us. You're gonna need some renovations done after this. I continued to use all of my weapons against him. He was definitely my toughest foe yet, and by far the most powerful. I had to avoid his explosions. Surely one or two would kill me. We continued to fight for a long time. After a while, I noticed my timer was low. He was draining my time. Come on. Remember what Mom said. The power has been inside me this whole time. This time, it actually worked. I gained a ton more time. Ready to end this big guy? I pulled out my dad's molten scythe, setting the nuclear creeper on fire and killing him. I did it!